I've always loved comedy for as long as I can remember. I love like George Carlin and Eddie Murphy growing up, and Richard Pryor and Bill Hicks, and watching Comedy Central specials. And so I've always loved comedy. And I told myself forever that I was only funny for my friends, and I couldn't do comedy or whatever. And then I started doing it. I actually started dating a comedian. I was dating a comedian for like 8 months, and I got invited to do a roast. And I did the roast. My first performance was on YouTube, my very first comedy performance. And I did the roast, and then a bunch of people were like, "Oh, you're so funny, you should do comedy." And somebody offered me a hosting gig. So my first comedy gig was hosting a show. I got my own show. I was always nervous all the time, but it was good. It's always a learning experience. I tell people all the time, like, if you want to do it, you should just do it, because it's always hard and it's always going to be hard. I still get nervous all the time. I was nervous tonight, but it's worth it, and it's fun. You learn so much just by doing it. Maria Bamford is one of my all-time favorites. I love her so much. Sarah Silverman. Bo Burnham is amazing. He's a genius. Specials, Patton Oswalt is way up there too. I don't know about specials. Like, I tend to follow people, and then I like just take in as much of their work as I possibly can. So like Tig Notaro, Jim Jeffries, Bill Hicks is way up there. Like I said, George Carlin. Just so many, and I just like absorb their work, and I don't even differentiate between the specials, because like I just watch them and I kind of learn everything they do. I couldn't tell you. I love Maria Bamford so much. I've seen all of her specials so many times. I couldn't tell you the names of them, but I can recite some of her jokes word for word, and I love her so much. SNL, obviously, that's way up there. It's comedy classics. It's Always Sunny, so good. If we're talking TV, cartoons, I'm a huge, like, I love Matt Groening, so like Futurama and The Simpsons, I grew up on that. South Park is the most brilliant satire of our generation. And as far as movies go, there's so many there. I can even, Club Dread I'm a huge fan of, so like the people with the Super Troopers and the Brooklyn Lizard Troop, Beer Fest. God, favorite comedy movies. That's rough, man. I love a lot. I love a lot. I really love Maria Bamford's Baby Jesus joke, where she talks about calling her mom and leaving messages like from the Baby Jesus on there, and she's like, "Oh, this is the Baby Jesus," and "Hey, just checking in, it's BJ," or whatever. And then at the end, she was like, "This is the Baby Satan," and her mom's like, "Stop it!" Like, I can't do it any justice right now, but that's one of my favorites of all time. Right now, dead or alive? Bill Hicks, if you would have me. Patton Oswalt, Maria Bamford. Oh, my favorites that I would. It was a huge thing for me with the Louis C.K. thing broke, because I was like, I looked up to him so much, and that was really hard for me to realize that, like, not everyone who is a comedic genius is always a good person. So I would have loved to go on tour with him, but not so much now. And then I actually really, really love Bo Burnham. I think that he is breaking grounds. I think that he's like pushing boundaries in comedy and doing new things, and that's always so impressive. He's so young. It's like crazy to see. So Maria Bamford, George Carlin, Eddie Murphy, Bill Hicks, roasted, Jeffrey Ross, the master of roasts, of course. I would love to hear him roast me. I do a lot of writing too. I'm working on a show pilot right now with some friends, and improv is really important. I think improv makes you a better comedian, because it like improves your stage presence, and it forces you to kind of like get out of your normal way of thinking, and it forces you to collaborate, which I think is important for a lot of comedians to do, and they don't do on their own necessarily. And then theater too, just acting, being forced into different roles, just changes. Anytime you, I think, jump into different mediums, it kind of pushes you out of your normal mindset, and it's important, I think, to grow as an artist, and no matter what you're trying to do. I do a lot actually. I'm a poet and I'm in theater. I do improv and I'm a photographer, so I do like a lot. I have my hands in a lot of buckets, so I do a lot around town. But comedy has always been near and dear to my heart, and I hope honestly just to get a tour. And that's like I already have gone further in comedy than I ever thought I would go. So just to be able to get a tour and to have maybe like something recorded, like something a special, something solid recorded would be amazing. So that's my goal. Maybe move to Atlanta for the next year and hopefully kick that off. You can find me on Instagram at _Melanie. You can Snapchat me at Lyrical Miracle M. You can Facebook Melanie Goldey, Goldey. I always accept all my friend requests, and I do a lot of Facebook marketing, so I'm on there pretty hard. And that's it for right now until I get a website up and running. Just I hope they had a good time, and they know that even like the things that I say that might be like offensive or edgy or whatever, like at the end of the day I'm just trying to make people laugh while also bringing awareness to topics that are important to me. And I think that's where comedy lives, in that vein of funny and having something to say. My name is Melanie Goldey. Please check out my interview on cutiepie.com and check it out.